Across history, the boundaries between religious life and public service have occasionally blurred, with some Catholic clergy stepping into the political arena. In this video, we delve into the lives of 10 Catholic priests and nuns who took on roles as elected officials. From around the world, these individuals navigated the complexities of balancing their spiritual commitments with the demands of governance. Join us as we explore who they were, the offices they held, the eras they lived in, and the circumstances that led them to pursue public office. Number 10. Andrew Hogan, known as Father Andy, was a Canadian Roman Catholic priest and politician, the first priest elected to Canada's House of Commons. Born in Glace Bay, Nova Scotia, he was influenced by the Antigonish movement, earning a degree from St. Francis Xavier University in 1945. Ordained in 1949, he joined the New Democratic Party and won the Cape Breton East Richmond seat in 1974, advocating for the working poor. Re-elected in 1979, he lost in 1980. His political career preceded a Vatican ban on priests in office. An economist, sociologist, and activist, Hogan preached economic justice and served in Nova Scotia parishes. He died in 2002 after a long illness. Number 9. Sister Clare Dunn was a Catholic nun and the first nun to serve in the Arizona State Legislature, representing Tucson's District 13 as a Democrat. A sister of St. Joseph, she taught history, emphasizing economic equality. Elected after fasting for church approval, she championed the Equal Rights Amendment, abolished the grocery tax, supported generic drugs, created the Arizona Lottery, and advocated for farm workers, voting rights, and immigration reform. Known as the conscience of the legislature, her empathy and speeches earned respect despite initial resistance. She introduced 29 bills in her first year, peaking at 107, focusing on education and accessibility. Dunn passed away in 1981. Number 8. JeanBertrand Aristide, born in 1953 in Haiti, was a Salesian priest ordained in 1982, serving at St. John Bosco in Port-au-Prince. His liberation theology-inspired sermons opposed the Duvalier regime, leading to his 1988 expulsion from the Salesians for political activism. He was Haiti's first democratically elected president, championing the poor with education, healthcare, and wage reforms. Ousted in coup in 1991 and 2004, he was exiled until 2011. Supporters praise his economic efforts. Critics allege corruption and authoritarianism. His Lavalas movement persists, but he's stayed out of politics since returning. Number 7. Bob Ogle, a Canadian Roman Catholic priest, broadcaster, and New Democratic Party politician, was born in Rosetown, Saskatchewan. Raised in poverty, he was ordained in 1953 after studying at St. Peter's Seminary. He founded the Catholic Center in Saskatoon and served as rector of St. Pius X Seminary. Elected a member of Parliament for Saskatoon East in 1979, he advocated for economic justice, focusing on poverty and workers' rights during his 2 terms. His priestly status made his political role controversial, but he received permission to run. Ogle lost his seat in 1984 and returned to priestly duties. St. Pius X Seminary was renamed Ogle Hall in his honor. Number 6. Fernando Lugo Mendez is a Paraguayan politician and former Catholic bishop. Ordained in 1977, he served as Bishop of San Pedro, a poor region, advocating for landless peasants through liberation theology. Known as the Bishop of the Poor, he fought for economic justice against wealthy landowners. He resigned his bishopric in 2005 to enter politics, facing Vatican resistance, and was laicized in 2008 after becoming Paraguay's president. His presidency focused on land reform and poverty reduction, but ended in a controversial 2012 impeachment. Scandals included admitting to fathering a child as a bishop. Lugo later served as a senator. Number 5. Sister Ardeth Platt, a Dominican nun, educator, and anti-nuclear activist, dedicated her life to peace and justice. Born in Lansing, Michigan, she joined the Dominican Sisters in 1954, taught in schools, and founded an alternative education center in Saginaw. A city council member from 1973 to 1985, she championed economic issues. Her activism intensified in the 1980s, focusing on nuclear disarmament. In 2002, she was imprisoned for a plowshares protest at a missile silo. Platt later worked at Jonah House and the Dorothy Day Catholic Worker House. Known for her gentle yet fierce resolve, she inspired many until her death at 84. Number 4. Robert John Cornell was a Catholic priest, Norbertine, and Democratic U.S. representative from Wisconsin's 8th District. Born in Michigan, he earned a Ph.D. from the Catholic University of America and taught at St. Norbert College. Elected in 1974, he was the first Democrat in 30 years to represent the district, serving on Education and Labor and Veterans Affairs committees. He supported the Hyde Amendment and co-sponsored the Wisconsin Wilderness Act. Cornell lost his seat in 1978 and withdrew from a 1980 race due to a Vatican order against priests in politics. He organized charity concerts and wrote a memoir called "Is There a Priest in the House?" Number 3. Father Raymond Gravel was a Canadian priest, activist, and politician from Quebec. Born in Saint-Damien, he overcame a troubled youth to become a priest in 1986. Known for progressive views, he supported same-sex marriage and euthanasia, often clashing with Catholic doctrine. Elected as a Bloc Québécois Member of Parliament for Repentigny, he left politics after a Vatican ultimatum. Gravel filed a defamation lawsuit against LifeSite News in 2010 over his pro-choice stance. He died of lung cancer in 2014, remembered as a humanist and controversial figure who challenged church norms. Number 2. Bartholomew Buganda, the Central African Republic's founding father, was an orphaned Mbaka that was raised by missionaries. Ordained as the first African priest in Ubangi-Chari, he entered politics in 1946, elected to the French National Assembly. He founded the movement for the social evolution of Black Africa to fight colonial oppression and promote African unity. Serving as the Prime Minister of the Central African Republic, he designed its flag, motto, and anthem. Buganda died in a suspicious 1959 plane crash, possibly assassinated. His "Every person is a person" motto shapes the nation's ethos. March 29th is Buganda Day, and his legacy endures in landmarks and national identity. Number 1. Robert Dran was a Jesuit priest, lawyer, and Democratic U.S. representative from Massachusetts. A Boston College law dean, he ran for Congress opposing the Vietnam War, serving 5 terms. On the Judiciary Committee, he introduced Nixon's first impeachment resolution. A liberal, he backed civil rights but faced church criticism for supporting abortion rights. In 1980, papal orders forced his retirement. He taught at Georgetown Law, focusing on human rights, and authored 12 books. Dran died in 2007, leaving a legacy in law and activism. Thanks for watching. It's unlikely that Catholic priests or nuns will run for elected office ever again. However, Catholic prelates continue to wield significant influence, advocating for the right to life and defending Catholic doctrine in the public square.